Good day, everyone. My name is Rizal Aldesara, B Scream 2, Section Foxtrot. First, I'll explain what provision is, then we can move on to our main discussion. Provision. Provision is like a second chance given to someone convicted of a crime. Instead of going to jail, they're supervised in the community and must follow certain rules. If they follow the rules, they avoid jail time. If they break the rules, they could go back to jail. And this is the way to help people get back into society while still being held accountable for their action. Let's now move on to our main discussion, which is the application for probation. So, after a convicted person is sentenced, he or she can apply for probation within 15 days of his or her final judgment. The 15 days that was given is what we call negligentary period. So, a quick reminder, to be qualified for probation, you must meet the three important requirements. First, you must have been found guilty of a crime and officially convicted. Second, not exceeding 6 years. And third, the crime you committed cannot be crime against national security. So after filing, he or she can choose where to apply. It's either new trial, reconsideration, appeal, or provision. So these are the four provisional remedies that he or she can apply. But let's just focus on our main topic, which is provision. So, by submitting an application to the trial court, you can choose either bail or recognizance. So, bail is the use of money you give to the court, while recognizance is a promise to appear for the hearing and without the use of money. After that, mo-undergo pa ang application for probation to the prosecutor to leave a comment or recommendation within 10 days. And then, the prosecutor will give it to the trial court so that the court will provide a referral order. And then, the court will give it to the provision officer or what we call CPPO. After the CPPO received the application, that is where the process begins by assigning a specific officer to conduct the investigation, and it must be completed within 60 days. So, the investigating officer must conduct initial interview with the convicted person within 5 days of the assignment. The convicted person must appear within 72 hours, otherwise they are considered as an absconding petitioner. The officer needs to complete specific worksheets and gather various types of information. The officer needs the convicted person to sign the waiver cum authorization as a proof that he agreed to be interviewed. And next is the collateral information, where the gathering information happens, collecting data from various of sources, such as family and friends. So there's two types of collateral information. First is full-blown courtesy investigation, is more complete and uses more sources, while the second is partial courtesy investigation is more limited and uses fewer sources. After the initial interview, waiver com authorization and collateral information is finished, it will be given to the investigating officer, and the investigating officer submits PSIR, their completed report, to the trial court to identify by the court if the action you have caused is recommendatory in nature or persuasive in character. And then after, the court will decide within 15 days if you are granted or not. And if you got denied by your application for probation, you'll have to serve your original sentence inside the prison. And if you are granted, you will be called as a provisioner and become a statutory rights, and the court will issue probation order. And you as a probationer, you have a responsible to report within 72 hours from receipt order to probation officer. If you reported within that time, you'll be given initial supervision and you must report within once a month. And if you didn't report, you'll be called as an absconding probationer. Then the court will issue a violation report because you have not followed the instruction as a probationer. So you will immediately lose your provision if your inquiry fails, and a warrant for your arrest will be issued. Once a warrant of arrest is served, you'll be immediately jailed kay tungod gidawat man ka legally, so ang pagpahawa nimo is dapat sub and legal actions. Next topic is violation of probation condition. So, for example, if Jack violates a probation condition, the informant reports this to the probation office, and a fact-finding investigation is then conducted to determine if Jack actually violated his probation condition. So, a violation report is prepared and approved by SPO and reviewed by CPPO. If the violation is confirmed, the SPO informs the trial court, and then the trial court issues a warrant for Jack arrest. After the arrest, a summary hearing is held. So first is provisioner. So there are three provisioner rights. First, the right to be informed of the reason for his arrest. 2, the right to bail. 3, the right to counsel. Second is the state. So which is number 1, it is represented by prosecuting officer. And then we'll move on to the trial court. He can choose whether he will do continuance, revocation, and modification. So let me give you a short explanation and one by one. So let's start with continuance. From the word continuance, he has to continue, while revocation means Jacks have to serve his original prison sentence. And then modification is not appealable but can be corrected by certiorari. So question, when can the court modify a provisional conditions? And first, anytime during supervision. Number 2, after a summary hearing. Number 3, upon application by the provision officer or a provisioner himself. So that's are the violation of provision condition. To the next topic or discussion, which is termination of provision. So when can we terminate a provision, or when it is going to end? So let's just assume that there's a final report that needed to be submitted by probation officer to the trial court before the expiration of probation period. So in the old law, we have 30 days before expiration, while in the new law, we only have 5 days upon receiving the termination order. The provisioners' suspended civil and political rights are already restored, and provision officer then closes the case file. Only the judge has the authority to terminate, and no one else. So that's it. Thank you.